just don't think you'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaking heart, I might blow up and kill this man. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaking heart, I just don't think you'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaking heart, we might blow up and kill this man. Så vi kör lite lion dance. Är ni med där hemma?
This is a basic version of this puzzle box called the Batman, the Riddler himself, the Riddler puzzle box, and you only can purchase this from Amazon. And there's also the basic version I have, or there is also the detective version of the same puzzle box, but all the puzzles in the detective version would be the same puzzles. The only difference would be everything would be in invisible ink. The only way to see it is the black light. That's the only difference that's in the detective version. The basic version would be you can see everything all visible. And this one and the detective version would be the same puzzles. And enjoy the video. welcome to my channel, and I'll be showing you how to solve this Batman themed puzzle box from the Riddler himself from Batman. And it takes about 30 to 45 minutes to complete, and ages 14 plus. And it is a 4 out of 5 puzzle difficulty. And this puzzle box has some cool mechanics to it, and also has some push buttons. Not all of them are pushable, but only one of them is pushable. And this one looks like this will pop out some point, but you have to find the correct button to push. This is a keypad. You have to find the correct 4-digit code to plug into this keypad, but you need the access card before you can enter that 4-digit code into this keypad. And right here is the slot where you have to put the access card in before you enter the 4-digit code on this keypad. And this drawer will pop up with be some cool surprises in this drawer when it pops out. And this drawer is locked with these 2 mechanical locks built into it, and also has its own safe. You have to find a 2-digit connection code to enter into its safe. And at the top of this would be one of them would be magnetized tile. One of these tiles is magnetized, and after you put the magnet in the right spot, the tile will pop out. Then you can push this bottom 2 tiles forward, and you can push the button to pop this lid open. And in my next video, I will show you how to solve the first puzzle. Okay, here's puzzle 1 of the main game is to find the correct button to push. One of these is a button to push. And this thing should pop out when you click or press the correct button. After you press the right button, this thing will pop out and that will be your magnet. And these two are not pushable because these are red herrings. And this button is feel like a button. I will push it right now. And there you go, your magnet pops out for puzzle 2. Okay, here is puzzle 2. Puzzle 2 is on the puzzle box lid. And you know there's a green question mark icon on the top of the puzzle box lid. And there's also the same question mark icon on your magnet. Use your magnet until you find a loose tile on the puzzle box lid. It looks like there is a loose tile in the middle. Remove that tile and push these two tiles forward like that. And you notice there is a button to press. This button is to unlock the puzzle box lid. After you press it, this lid will pop open for you. I will press the button right now. And there, puzzle 2 is complete. Okay, looks like you found your first part of the Batman's boomerang part. There's total of 3 parts. After you put the parts together, it will have the full-length Batman boomerang from the after show. And I also will show you how to put the boomerang together towards the end of the video. And you need to find 2 more parts. Looks like you found a greetings card. And it says, "Welcome friends to your very own puzzle box, made by himself, me, the Riddler. To continue, you need to phone some friends, forget the bats, call the birds, and a cat, and start with your oldest friend first. Success is just a few clicks away. Good luck." And looks like you found the Gotham City Gazette. And looks like right here is a clue, maybe help you to open the safe. And that's everything. We will show you how to solve puzzle 3 next in my next video. Here is puzzle 3 of the main game. And this Gotham City Gazette might have a clue to help you open this safe. And it says, and looks like they have a 39 in red ink. 39 is the correct combination code to open the safe. I will open the safe right now. And this is kind of like an old-fashioned school lock. Puzzle 3 is complete. Looks like you found Lane Industries. And it says, line up the keys to success to claim your prize. That might be a helpful clue to help you to solve the final puzzle in the main game. And here is the access card. You might have to overlay these access card to fit into the slot. And looks like you found your second part of the boomerang part. You only need one more part before you have all the parts before you can put this boomerang together. See these access cards? You need to overlay them so you only have one big access card to fit through this slot right here. And to do that, to make sure you have it lined up just perfectly so the question mark icon will reveal at the back. Insert this to the slot like that. And now it's time to enter the 4-digit code on this keypad. Remember, in the greetings card, this has a special important clue. Remember, it says, forget the bats, call the birds and a cat, and start with your oldest friend first. Success is just a few clicks away. And we will find the bat symbol. And the bat symbol will be right here. But the clue and the answer to this puzzle is at the back of the greetings card. The first one would be the icon that has a big R. That's Robin. And that would be the number 3. Then the next one would be the Catwoman. Catwoman is a 6. Then this one would be a 9. And finally, Batman is the number 4. The code is 3694. You would enter that into this keypad. And this drawer pops out. And it says, You solved all my riddles. Well done and congrats. Bully for you. You as smart as the bat. Through the game is now over. This isn't the end. Put everything back and challenge a friend. You can give this to your friend after you are done solving it. And also has a QR code at the back so it helps you reset the puzzle box so you can solve it again. And you also have the final part of the boomerang here. I will show you how to put the boomerang together. Looks like you have all the 3 parts to put this Batman boomerang together. I will show you how to put this boomerang together right now. Inside of each of the rings, you notice there's a silver plate here. That's a magnet. We need this magnet and that magnet touching together, and if you slide in there, it clicks into place. Do the same thing for the right ring and slide through the slot like that, and you should hear a click on the right side after you put the right ring on, and now it's complete, and you have the completely full-length Batman boomerang, and this is your prize after you are done solving all the puzzles. And congratulations, this is your prize, And we hope this walkthrough video can help you solve all these puzzles and riddles and collect all the parts to this Batman boomerang, and so you can put this Batman boomerang together at your own home. And thank you for watching, and goodbye.
you'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my aching, breaking heart, I might blow up and kill this man.